everyone, and welcome back to Disqualified. We are here to talk about night one of Wrestlemania 41. And gee golly willikers, what a show it is. Now,
there were highs of highs and lows of lows.
Now, as always, I am Caleb, joined by Trevin, and your new NXT roster predictions champion, Zach, behind the camera as always.
Hello
all. This is not the full roster of people who did predict. Gordon did also predict.
Yep.
But he's editing.
But he is editing.
Yes,
so,
he's doing his job.
Going into night one, it looked like it was going to be a pretty decent show. And it lived up to it. There was some stuff that just sucked.
Yes. However, we opened with a pretty decent match, honestly. It was actually fairly good, lived up, definitely overpassed some people's expectations. It is your World Heavyweight Championship match with the champion Gunther versus main event Jey Uso.
Yeah. Jay didn't hit a super kick for the majority of this match.
Yeah. Beat them allegations.
Pretty much the story of this match was Jay using Gunther's moves.
Yes. He was showing that I am just as good as you, and I'm going to prove by taking that belt that I'm also better. I've improved, and I'm coming for World Championship.
And he got the World Championship in a shocking, surprising way, tapping Gunther out.
Yep. Making Gunther tap out was not how I thought this match was going to end, but hey, good on him. And I think this is also where, as I have dubbed it, the Gunther get humbled arc starts.
Oh yes, indeed. I see him going over to SmackDown after
yes. Because not even Cody could get Gunther to tap out. He had to do a roll-up pin. But Jay, making the ring general concede, basically. Like, that's how some people see a tap out.
Yeah. So, what are we rating this match?
I'm going to give it a 3.5. It took some time to build up, as these are both very safe and, kind of striker-ish people, but once the ball started rolling, it didn't stop.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with the 3.5. I think mainly, most of the same reasons as you. When it started, I wasn't like, I was like, oh yeah, a blood feud, how it should start, with a collar and elbow tie-up.
But then they started kicking.
Yeah, they started getting into it. Yeah, it was a pretty good match.
Yes.
So, the people that did get a point on this were Trevin, Zach, and I.
Yep.
And now, going into match number 2, a match that honestly shouldn't have even been on the card.
Nope.
It is the War Raiders versus the New Day for the World Tag Team Championships.
And I ain't even gonna sugarcoat it.
We have some new champs.
Yup, and this match just could have been on a random episode of Raw. Nothing special at all happened. New Day barely even tried to cheat. Not even their entrances were that special, besides the War Raiders getting some Clash of Clans themed gear.
No Big E return.
No Big E return. Literally what people were complaining about, you just proved with this match.
Yeah, the Street Profits definitely should have been on this card.
Yes.
Instead of this.
Yes, it's like, some people have been for a while because of how the Raw division has been booked. And this match definitely will add to that fire of they should just reunify the tag titles.
I think this might have been the worst match of the night.
Yes.
Yeah.
In terms of both action and result. Because there's one match that's in contention for worst result of the night. that we will get to
But the match was
later.
phenomenal,
Yes.
so we can't even complain.
Yes, we'll get to that match later, though, as our third match.
But we have to rate this match.
Oh, yes. Do we have to?
Yes.
I'll give it a 2 just for some stuff the War Raiders pulled out, but this match sucked.
I'll give it like a 1.5.
Oh.
Uno.
Yeah. But a match that some people might think stole the show a little bit before the rest of the card.
1 second. We have to tell who got points.
Oh, yeah.
Gordon and I picked up the point for this match.
Yes.
Putting Gordon on the board for 1.
Yeah.
Imagine if I had guessed it, I would have been a 2-point lead.
You're spoiling. You're spoiling, Zach.
No spoilers, but yeah. I mean, we said it in predictions ourselves. It's a split room because none of us cared about this match.
Yeah, and now, as Trevin said...
Yep, a sort of night stealer a little bit. Some people definitely rank this match pretty high. We have the blood feud of Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
Naomi getting a new entrance.
Yep.
Getting a new entrance theme as well. Very, very good match.
And the cheese of getting a whole Las Vegas weatherman to start off Jade Cargill's entrance.
Oh, it's a wonderful day here. Oh, the wind's picking up.
Oh, there's some clouds, some thunder, lightning, rain, hail. A storm's approaching.
Yeah. But yeah, the match lived up to the hype.
Yes.
Which was a very, very good. And I think it's very, very easy to see who was going to win. It was Jade Cargill.
Yep.
Which we all got a point.
Yep.
So that's good. That's good. So, what do we rate this match?
It had a lot of good spots, but it did have some lulls as these are both powerhouse people, so they have to build to the power moves. I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Let us know this match's rating for y'all in the comments because, as I mentioned, some people have this match be a night stealer because it was very good.
And now we get to, honestly, in ring wise,
it was amazing.
Probably match of the night, other than the main event.
Yes.
Result wise,
worse than War Raiders versus New Day.
Worst result on the card. So we go into El Grande Americano versus Rey Fenix.
As Rey Mysterio caught an injury last night and Rey Fenix decided, I'll step up for you as I feel like this man is dishonoring Lucha Libre and also costed me a bunch of matches yesterday.
And speaking of Lucha Libre real quick.
Oh, yes.
WWE has acquired AAA.
Yeah, that was some big old news.
Yeah, that's some big old news. We're going to see what comes of that. We are getting Worlds Collide between
NXT and AAA stars.
Which I thought Worlds Collide was surely going to be versus TNA.
Yep. I feel like they could slip some TNA people in there also. Like, don't sell yourself short yet. I mean, if you look at AEW Forbidden Door, they have like 10 brands on there at a time.
That is true. That is very much true. But, yeah, this match, oh my God.
Rey Fenix showing his bag. El Grande showing his...
Doing a reverse 450.
Yup. And
like it was nothing.
Yup. And this match was cooking, but we were like, this is where the El Grande gimmick dies. We were fully expecting it, except for one man. And apparently that one man is clairvoyant AF. As the winner of this match, for some effing reason.
El Grande Americano.
Another match that could have happened on Raw or SmackDown.
So, he won with the loaded mask after the Adios Amigo kick. And it looked like because Fenix kicked the
metal plate that his foot broke.
Yep. And then a flying headbutt for the 1, 2, three, or for the Spanish-speaking audience, the uno, dos, tres. Oh my god. I thought this is where you unmask him.
This gimmick needed to die tonight. But nah, keep it going for however the F long you want, apparently, and waste precious time on this stupid gimmick.
They spent too much money on this AI intro to give it up this quickly.
It was so disappointing.
That's the thing, Zach. Using AI is free.
Yep.
Oh yeah, also in the pre-match promo, they AI'd his voice.
Yep.
So yeah. Now we move on to a match that was slightly better.
This match.
I mean, not in ring wise, but the result was way better.
Yes, this match helped refuel my fire for this night. It was your U.S. title.
Oh wait.
Oh yeah.
We forgot to rate this match.
I'm
gonna rate it 4.5.
for in-ring action alone.
0.5 knocked off for that ending. If Ray would have won, it was a 5.
Yes, I'll agree with that. The ending alone is what sucked. So no.
You can't even say anything. You were playing games during this match, during the whole card, so you weren't even really watching it. Like, this match legitimately had me the most hyped the whole night.
Until the main event, but yeah.
Yeah. Certain thing happened in the main event, certain thing.
Yes, but your U.S. title match with LA Knight, your champion, versus the challenger, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
Who comes out with a terrible werewolf mask.
It was sort of like Tribal-esque, but like just the dimensions of it were a little funky.
And LA Knight coming out in a Maserati.
Yup.
This match was pretty decent. The in-ring action was, I've been noted as being someone that says I don't really like LA Knight's in-ring work. I think this was about as good as an LA Knight match as you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu definitely held his own.
Yes. LA Knight, a real cool spot is he caught one of Jacob's moonsaults midair into a transitional BFT.
Which was amazing. And instead of the kick out, Jacob Fatu grabs the bottom rope.
Showing that he has veteran ring awareness.
Yes, that in-ring psychology. He knows exactly where he is at all times in the ring.
Yes.
And, he picked up the win in the end.
Yep.
And new United States champion, as you saw from a short earlier tonight.
Yep. Bringing a title back to they're not called the Bloodline anymore, but back to
their version of the Bloodline.
Yes, that side of the Samoan dynasty.
Yeah. So, hey, we'll see where this goes.
Yeah. One way they could go is we forgot to mention during Jay's celebration, Jimmy's recovered, so maybe that's Fatu's first rivalry or opponent.
That'd be interesting. That would definitely be interesting. So, what are we rating this match?
4.
I'm going to put it at like a 3.5.
Yeah. Jacob definitely had the higher spots as he is much more flashy of a performer than LA. But LA still held his own and there were plentiful of cool spots.
And the people getting points for this match are Zach, Trevin, and I, as Gordon was the only man who voted for LA Knight.
Yup.
You had the perfect opportunity to say yeah.
Frick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said yup. Yeah, so I guess this version of LA Knight's from the Midwest.
Yup.
Yup.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there, bud.
But now a match that, based off of the 2 matches that pissed us off, we walked into scared for our lives.
Oh, yes. Terrified was me the whole match. But, it's Tiffy time. She makes her entrance first.
Yep.
Which is weird.
With a little Barbie Dreamhouse themed entrance, which was kind of cool, actually.
Yep. And then there was 3 boxes. There was a sporty Tiffy, WWE Champion Tiffany and Gold Suit Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlotte Flair, making her entrance next, comes out in a Rolls Royce.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nepo baby.
Yeah. Nepo Queen. She'll have your head. She's Nepo Queen. But, so, the majority of this match was just a brawl.
Yes. Literally, the bell rang. They immediately squabbled to the outside.
Yeah, well, Charlotte stayed in the corner and Tiffany walked to the middle of the ring. And she's like, you're going to meet me in the middle of the ring.
Yep. It was a matter of respect and just pure blood feud, honestly, with this match.
Yeah, so after the match towards the middle, we started now getting limb targeting, which I'm thinking the whole time, if I'm Stratton, I'm looking at that knee brace.
Yep.
That is a target.
Yep, and she, like, as if reading Cable's mind, starts doing that. But Flair returns with focusing on them
The
legs.
same knee.
Yep, focusing on the legs. As Tiffy is a gymnastics-esque fighter, she sort of needs her feet to propel stuff.
Yeah, so we get Charlotte wrapping Tiffany's leg around the apron post, the ring post, twice.
Yep.
We get the figure 4, trying to transition to the figure 8, but Tiffany counters by hitting at the knee.
Punching the injured knee.
And then we get the rolling Death Valley.
Yep, into a prettiest moonsault. However, Charlotte gets the knees up, but remember, one of those knees ain't 100%.
Yeah, so this leads to a little more back and forth action, Charlotte goes up, tries to go up to the top rope, chop block to the back of the leg. We get a Alabama slam into the turnbuckle.
Yup.
One more rolling Death Valley driver, or like, I can't remember what the actual name of it is.
Yeah.
But then we get another prettiest moonsault ever for the
Into
1, 2, 3,
3.
and it is still Tiffy time in WWE.
And everyone except Gordon breathed a sigh of relief.
Yep, all of us get a point except for Gordon. And oh my god, also Tiffany looked like she chipped some teeth.
Yup, in this match. But she came out of there smiling ear to ear.
Yeah, dude, I'm so happy. So happy they went with Tiffany instead of Charlotte.
Yup. Bye, Charlotte. See you next year, maybe.
And now, or we should rate this match. So, what do you rate it?
4.5. I kind of like the technical and limb play stuff they did. Limb play is a weird phrase, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 4.5 as well. I think the story that they told in the ring was very, very good, and I love the winner.
Yeah.
Zach?
4. Easy.
So 4.
Solid 4.
Yeah.
All right, and now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Your main event of night 1.
Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk.
The tribal chief, the visionary versus the best in the world.
Entrances first. Seth Rollins comes out with a fucking flamethrower.
In all black. And then as soon as he starts burning, looking like he's about
Burning it down.
Yep, looking like he's about to walk out down the ramp, the lights go black. And
Quick change
into an angelic Messiah-esque outfit.
Yep. And here, he looks very reminiscent of Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25 with the anti-Undertaker, the alternate Undertaker, I would say. But then, here comes Roman Reigns.
No choir, no pianos, but with some white gauntlets and some white shoes instead of his usual red.
Yep, and wearing the Ula Fala, aura farming for a full 5 minutes. And then we get CM Punk, and we get a promo before he comes out.
Yep, a little vignette talking about his origin stories, why he's so fueled on main eventing WrestleMania.
It's pretty much reminiscent of a promo he shot back in 2006.
Yep.
When he got onto ECW.
But the background song for this vignette.
One of the best theme songs of all time. This Fire Burns was playing in the background, and I was so excited.
We were giddy. We were like, is this the song he's coming out to? But no, instead, he aura farms us even more and comes out to a live performance of Cult of Personality with his best friend Paul Heyman by his side.
Yeah, so In Living Color is in Las Vegas. You know, coincidentally, they played a show on Thursday, I believe. So, hey, we're in the area. You know what else is in the area? Mania.
Yup.
You know who's good friends with Punk? In Living Color. Yeah, this entrance was amazing. We get the little callback to Heyman giving Punk his watch for its clobbering time.
Yep.
And now the match is on.
Yep. Bell rings and they just start aura farming each other a little bit. Like they square each other up who's the bigger man, and Punk is like, listen, I ain't throwing the first punch, and rolls out, walks to Paul and being like, give me a strategy here.
Yeah, and so Roman and Seth go right at it. Punk then joins, and they had their finisher meters, like, infinite pretty much. They were hitting big move after 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 big move.
Yep. Finisher recharge was set to max.
Yeah, notable high spots. We get a spear countered into a pedigree. We get several finishers done on a Roman.
Yep. We see. I think it was Punk, or was it Roman who borrowed the stomp to break a?
That was Punk.
Yeah, Punk borrowed the stomp for a little bit to break up a submission.
We almost see a Shield reunion, and then Roman says, nah, screw that.
I'm going to do it myself, and breaks the LED tables.
Both of them, putting Punk through one, and then Rollins through one.
Punk going through the English one, Rollins going through the Spanish one.
Yeah, subverting those expectations. The English one got broken first, then the Spanish one. I love it.
And how this match ended was nothing but poetry.
So, the wise man, the voice of the voice of the voiceless,
The bestie.
grabs a chair, and he looks at Roman, and he looks at Punk, and he's deciding who to throw it to.
And he's like, I'm sorry, my tribal chief, and slides it to Punk.
Gets in the ring, which I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Punk is lining up Reigns. Low to Punk!
Yep, and he starts going like, you made me choose between my best friend and my tribal chief.
He says he acknowledges Roman. Roman is smiling ear to ear. And look who's set up perfectly for a Shield position.
Yep, and Paul points this out and is like, presents the chair and is just like, get him. Avenge yourself. Get your revenge.
Seth picks himself up.
But for some reason, Seth is obviously overhearing this, but looks at peace.
Mm-hmm.
And Roman is lined up perfectly. We saw this last year at WrestleMania 40. He knows how to do this because he has done it plentiful of times just because of how PTSD ridden he is from that night 11 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Goes for it and
low blow from Paul Heyman!
Your new Paul Heyman guy,
Seth fucking Rollins!
With a chair shot on Roman into a stomp for the 1, 2, 3.
And I have never been happier to have been wrong in my life.
with Gordon, myself, and Zach claiming a point, with Zach taking the lead at 6, to me and Caleb being tied at 5 for night 1, and Gordon in last place, probably taking the punishment for this card, which, by the way, we've been discussing. There's a potential, since it is a 2 PLE weekend, to possibly do a variation of Hot Ones Versus as a dual punishment. Let us know if you liked that idea in the comments. It is probably our plan anyway, but hey.
Yeah. So, what are we rating this match?
5!
5.
6.
It broke our scale.
It broke our scale. Yeah, man, this match was amazing. From the entrances, to the action, to the story they told in the ring, to the aftermath. Oh my god. It was amazing from start to finish.
Oh.
The pacing was phenomenal.
Yes.
After that match, I was like, I don't know if I can record. I need to go lie down.
Yeah, you looked like you needed a cigarette, and so did Paul Heyman, bro. Paul Heyman was in the corner, and Seth hit that chair, and I was like, that's a man that needs a cigarette. But yeah.
Monday's gonna be awesome.
Monday's going to be awesome. We have another full night of action coming at us tomorrow.
Mate, if night 1 was just all of WrestleMania, like if night 1 was just it, I'd be satisfied, honestly. Like, yes, those were those 2 bummer matches, but holy, some of these championship matches, like, oh.
Naomi and Jay kind of stole the show.
That main event.
And man, that main event was so good. But
not only match of the night, but in contention based off of what happens tomorrow for match of the card.
yeah. Yeah, so hey, as of early standings, Zach is in the lead. He might be double champ, which we will be very upset about, because if none of these belts are on screen, what's going to be the use of this table? Just for drinks, I guess. But this has been it from us here at Disqualified for tonight. Tune in tomorrow for WrestleMania 41 Night 2 review. And we will see you then. This has been Caleb. That's Trevin.
Oh.
That's your new NXT prediction champion, Zach, behind the camera, as always. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell 3 times so you know the match is over. We will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time, and peace.
Bye!